Hey YouTube, welcome back to another RC Worst video. Today we're going to just quickly show you the proper way to apply Teflon tape and also just discuss a couple of situations where you don't want to use Teflon tape. So let's jump right into it. And in order for me to use this Teflon tape, I'm going to need to go grab a little bit of pipe. Alright, so we've got our pipe now, and we've got also a galvanized cap that we're going to use to kind of show how this all goes together. So when you're applying Teflon tape, just remember you always want to apply it clockwise to the direction that you're, or to the direction that it's facing you. And that'll keep your tape from bunching up on you and messing up your seal. So I'll show you how that goes. Okay, so first I'll just wrap it the wrong way here. So we're going counterclockwise, and you'll see real quick what happens. So once I start to thread this nipple on, this also goes in the same direction that I put the tape on. So now you can see the tape is starting to bunch up here and kind of lift. And that's going to have a big impact on the sealability of this because it's just not going to be able to seal. So if you were to do your Teflon in the appropriate direction, then that won't happen and it'll be much better. So we'll just take this off. So now if we take our Teflon and apply it in the appropriate direction, and I typically like to start at the top of the thread and work my way down. So I'll first overlap my first pass here, and then I'll go about a halfway down, and I like to do a good 2 to 3 wraps. You pull that off, push that over, looks real nice just like that. And when we thread the nipple in, you don't get, or thread the cap on rather, or nipple in I guess to the cap, you don't get any of that bunching that happens. Now of course you're going to want to take your pipe wrench and wrench that down really tightly and pressurize the system and check for leaks. And if you do find a little bit of a drip, typically you can just hit it with your wrench a little bit farther, you know, turn it just a little farther to get that drip to seal up. If the drip is persistent, pull it off, retape it, and put the fitting on again. One thing to keep in mind when you are applying Teflon tape, kind of a pro tip if you will, is to only apply the tape up to about the first thread. It's going to make it a lot easier for you to put your whatever fitting you're connecting to for the threads to engage, and you're less likely to have this fitting get bound up. In regards to using Teflon tape, anytime you've got threads, it's a great idea. You just want to avoid compression fittings, things like hoses, anywhere you've got an O-ring or a gasket that's creating a seal. An example of some of those fittings can be found right here. We have a couple of hose connections here. You see you've got a little O-ring in there, so you're not going to need any Teflon tape for that kind of a connection. So keep that in mind. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. New videos Tuesdays and Fridays. We'll see you next time, YouTube.